Monday we go to school, Tuesday we go to school, Wednesday we go to school, Thursday we go to school, Friday we go to school, Saturday we stay at home, and Sunday we... I don't have to sing the song again. Good morning, or good day, or good night, whatever time of the day it is in your environment, as far as there's good in the day or night or morning or whatever. Just I'm greeting you. So today, away from our usual listing, please let's not forget, so we're not done with our weight series. All right, I think we still have a little 2 parts of the topics left. But today we're going to talk about something different. We're going to be looking at what? Fraction of what? Quantities. What did I say? Fraction of quantities. What did I say? Fraction of quantities. You know, I think after this weight series, I think I'm going to do another series on time, another series on length, another series on capacity. Yeah. If you want to do another series on time, weight, no, I'm doing weight presently. If you want me to do another series on time, length, and capacity, just write it in the comment section. Mr. Manuel, please, we want you to do more videos on length, capacity measure, and time measure. I'll be so glad to do that. Because I've come to realize that, just the same way weight, you see the way weight, the topic weight is very vast. We might be looking at it like, does it have to do with how heavy an object is? But you realize that when you look at it deeply, it's more than that. And that is the same thing about time and length and capacity. They are all very wide topics. And students find these topics interesting most of the time because they don't have formula. It's not like when we tell you that the formula is length times breadth or half base times height. That one it has to do with your ability to do what? Reason, alright? So today we're going to look at fraction of quantities. Now we already know fraction to be something like 2 over 3, 4 over 5, and the likes. That is what we know about what fractions. So now let's move on. Now it says there that fraction of quantities simply means there are different quantities, alright? Time is a quantity. Capacity is a quantity. Length is a quantity. Alright? Weight is a quantity. So these things are what? Quantities. Alright? But we're going to be looking at how do you express in the same quantity, we have different levels. For example, in time, there's 60 seconds make 1 minute, there's 60 minutes make 1 hour, there's 24 hours make 1 day. These are the different what? The different levels in the same quantity. So in every quantity, there are different levels. Right? There are different levels in what? Every quantity. So we're going to be looking at how do we express one level as a fraction of another level? Or how do we even find the fraction of a particular level in that quantity? So to guide us, we have this table. Now I want you to study this table. According to our quantity and our unit of measurement, we know that in money, 100 kobo makes 1 naira. That's for Nigerian money. But if it's the US currency, we know that 100 cents make $1 and several other currencies. In metric length, this is not the only thing we know about metric length. There are so many. But for this particular class, we're going to be learning using 100 centimeters make 1 meter and 1000 meters make 1 what? Kilometer. Now in our metric weight, of course, we just rounded up. We are about rounding up our weight series. You know how voluminous the table was, or how much the table was. So we are going to be using 100 centigram make 1 kilogram and 1000 grams make 1 ton. Then the capacity measure, we also have that 1000 milliliter will give you 1 liter and 100 centiliter will give you what? 1 liter. Alright. Then we have the time. 60 seconds to 1 minute, 60 minutes to 1 hour, 24 hours to 1 day, and 7 days to 1 week. So let's get straight to it. Now you see that to express one quantity in the same quantity to a given fraction, first simplify the quantity and multiply to get its value. Now, how do you simplify? You can't simplify without knowing this table. So learn this is going to help us in doing this. Okay? So first of all, number one, they said what is 2/3 of 1 hour? Now, the first thing you have to do here is you have to change this hour to minutes. And for you to be able to change this hour to minutes, you know that 1 hour is equals to what? 60 what? Minutes. They will not tell you. If it's in an exam, they won't tell you that 60 minutes make 1 hour. That's why I said we are going to do another video on time series, so we can learn more. So what they're actually asking you to do is not 2/3 of 1 hour, it's 2/3 of 60 minutes. Alright, so that simply means 2/3. That's what I mean by simplify. 2/3 times what? 60/1. But mind you, if they said find 2/3 of 3 hours, for example, you are going to change the 3 hours to minutes by doing 3 times 60. So please don't forget that. Alright, so we'll simplify now. So 3 here is 1, 3 and 6 is 2, 0. 20, Abi? Right? Am I correct? Okay, fantastic. Now do 2 times 20. That's what? 40 minutes. So 2/3 of 1 hour is what? 40 minutes. Straightforward, right? Let's go to the second one. The second one says find one whole number 1/5 of 3 kilograms 200 grams. You know, the first thing you are going to do here is what? Change this to the lower unit, which is grams. So if I'm to change 3 kilograms 200 grams to, let me say, grams. Alright? If I'm to change it to grams, it's going to be, this is already in grams. So it's this that I'm changing. But first of all, how many grams? From our previous class, how many grams make 1 kilogram? Fantastic. That was correct. You said it is what? No, sorry, I think there was 1,000 kilograms, not 1,000 grams. Give you 1,000. So I'm listening. You said it was going to give us the equivalent aspect of that particular time is what? 1,000. So we have 1,000 grams will give us 1 kilogram. So that means we're going to do 3 times 1,000 in brackets plus what? 200. That will be giving us 3,200. Okay, that will be giving us what? 3,000 plus 200, which is finally 3,200. Am I complicating? But we're not done yet. So now we've been able to change this to be like this. Now I thought this is a mixed fraction, so it's an improper fraction. So 1/5 to improper will be 5 times 1, 5 plus 1, 6/5. So now the question literally is what? 6/5 times what? 3,200 grams over 1. Right? So 5 here is 1. 5 in 32, that will be giving us what? 6. 5 times 6 is 30. Remember 2 in 20 is what? 4. 4 times 5, 20, then 0. Alright? So now we're going to be having 6 times 6, 40. Alright? 6 times 0 is what? 0. 6 times 4 is what? 24. Right? 4, carry 2. 6 times 6 is what? 36 plus 2 is what? 38. That's 3,840 what? Grams. Is it clear? If you have any question, look at it and let me know. Is it clear? 3,840 grams. Now, next question says, what fraction of 9 weeks is 9 days? So we have to first change it to simplify by changing it to the lesser unit. Now we have to change 9 weeks to what? Days. And how do we change 9 weeks to days? By first of all figuring out how many days make 1 week. How many days make 1 week? We all know is what? 7 days make what? 1 week. So that basically means that 9 weeks will now be what? 9 weeks times what? 7. So tell me, multiply, tell me the answer. 9 times 7 is what? Yes? Is what? I'm listening now. Now, somebody is saying something else now. Fantastic. 63. So we have what? 63 what? Days. So what the question is, what fraction of 63 days is 9 days? Because now they're the same. So is that going to be 9 over what? 63. So 9 here, 1. 9 here is what? 9 is 63 is what? 7. Fantastic. That's what? 1 over 7. So what fraction of 9 weeks is 9 days? It's 1 over 7. It's simple, right? Of course, it's simple. It's simple just for us to know some basic things in our table, right? Now say what fraction of a day is 20 hours? What fraction, remember it's fraction of quantity we are doing. What fraction of a day is what? 24, sorry, it's 20 hours. Now a day means 1 day. It means what? 1 day. And we know that a day is what? 24 hours. So what they're asking us is what fraction of 24 hours is 20 hours? The question is what? What fraction of what? 24 hours is 20 hours, because a day means 24 hours. So what I'm going to do now is what? 20 over 24. This is the lowest term. 2 in 20 is 10, 2 in 24 is 12, right? 2 in 10 is 5, 2 in 12 is 6. So what fraction of a day is 20 hours? 5 over 6. That's your answer. It's simple, abi? And I said number 5. Find the value of 2 over 5 of 4 naira in kobo. Find the value of 2 over 5 of 4 naira in kobo. So what that literally means that 4 naira in kobo. How many kobo makes 1 naira? 100, abi? So you now do 100 times 4. That's what? 400 what? Kobo. So what find the value of 2 over 5 of 400 kobo? It's going to be 2 over 5 times what? 400 over 1. Alright? So 5 here 1. 5 in 4 is what? 8. Very good. So now 2 times 8 is what? 160 kobo. Ask your question if you have any question. If you have any question, ask me. If you don't have any question, can I proceed? See. Okay, let me solve the last question before I see what I want to say. Number 6. Find. Okay, let me write it down. Find 3 over 4 of 2 hours in seconds. Now they didn't say minutes, so it says seconds. Now for you to be able to find 3 over 4 of 2 hours in seconds, you have to first of all change these 2 hours to minutes. When you have changed these 2 hours to minutes, that answer that you got in the minute, you also change it to what? Seconds. Am I communicating? So that means we have to know that 60 seconds make 1 minute, 60 minutes make 1 hour. So now we have 2 hours. So 2 hours in seconds simply means 2 times 60. To change it to what? Minute, abi? That's what? 120 minutes. Alright, so now we change this 120 minutes to what? Seconds, right? Now, to change the seconds simply means we're going to do 120 times what? 60. Alright, so let's solve it. Let's solve it somewhere here so that we can follow up. 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 2, 0 times 1, 0. 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 2 is 12, carry 1, 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7. That is 7,200 seconds. Abi? Isn't it? 7,200 seconds. Now read the question and you can let us know the last one we are going to do. Find 3/4 of 2 hours in seconds. Now, 2 hours in seconds is 7,200 seconds. Okay? So now 3/4, it will now be, the question will now be 3/4 times 7,200 over 1. Now 4 is divide, 4 here is 1, 4 is 7 is 1. Abi? Remember what? How many 4 can you see in 7? It's 1, Abi. Remember what? 3. Very good. Put in 32. How many 4 can you see in 32? I'm listening. 8, Abi. Very good. 8. Right? 8. 4 is 0, 0, 0. So that is what now? 3,001. 3 times 1,800. Alright? So 3 times 0. 3 times 0. 3 times 8. 24, Abi. Divide 4. Carry 2. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2. 5,400 seconds. That's your answer. Straight up. Now, fraction of quantities is very easy. Just that we have to, in the same way we were able to know our table in weight measure, we are supposed to also know our table here. We are supposed to know, I'm beginning to think that it's a necessity now that we all need to learn that table. See, whatever I'm doing here is just to help us and for our own good. We need to go back to those tables. That table of time measure, table of length measure, table of weight measure, and table of, anything measure. Learning those tables makes all of this. If I don't know how many days make 1 week, I can't solve this. If I don't know how many grams make 1 kilogram, I can't solve that. If I don't know how many hours make 1 day, I can't solve this. If I don't know how many kobo make 1 naira, I can't solve this. If I don't know how many seconds make 1 minute or how many minutes make 1 hour, I can't solve this question. So all these things, to be able to solve these things, they are all depending on something, and we need to know that thing. Alright? So let's write it down. We'll give us some questions to practice when we're done. So just write it down, then request for the questions, and then I'll come away next time. Keep learning, and stay safe, and don't forget to click like, share, subscribe. Take care of yourself, and if you have any questions, just let me know. But I would advise you, if you are finding it difficult, rewind it. Rewind me back. Let me start from the beginning, okay? So take care. See you all in our next class. Bye-bye.